Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this awesome modern house. Please do remember that if you enjoy the tutorial, give the video a like, I'd really appreciate that. And if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing for more. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this thing. So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some block of quartz, some spruce planks, spruce wood stairs, spruce wood slabs, quartz slabs, grey concrete, black stained glass pane, stone brick slabs, and some spruce fence. We also need some black stained glass block, some sort of door, and if you want to, some lime terracotta and green terracotta for the grass. Now, once you have all of this stuff, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I am going to be making mine right about here. Well, we're going to kick this off with a row of 6 blocks of quartz coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take that 6th block and we're going to go left by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to connect that 9th block down to the ground. But not only do we want to take this 9th block, but we want to take this 6th block and we want to do rows of 11 grey concrete on top of these 2 blocks. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what you can do is you can take that 11th block, you can stretch it across and you can connect it down to the opposite point. What we also have to do is we have to place spruce wood planks behind the empty space left inside of the 2 rows of grey concrete. So we want to completely fill the inside of this in using spruce wood planks like this. And, well, we want to actually also fill it in. We don't just want to create like a border inside of it. So we're going to completely fill this in using spruce wood planks because it creates a nice depth effect. It adds a different color, and we are also going to be adding some additional details. So that's what we want to have. It kind of looks like a letter A. What we also want to do is we want to connect the bottom of this together using block of quartz. So connect the very bottom of this together using block of quartz. You want to take the 2 middle rows of your row of block of quartz and you want to place block of quartz connecting the bottom to the top. So take the 2 middle rows like that and you want to connect the bottom to the top. You also want to add a row of block of quartz coming bottom to top on the left hand side and the right hand side of the wall like this. We're also going to place upside down spruce wood stairs inside of the bottom empty spaces at the bottom of these windows, and we want to place regular facing spruce wood stairs at the top, like so. We want to place glass inside of these 2 areas, like this. Completely place glass inside of the 2 areas, like that. What we now want to do is we want to place a row of grey concrete coming up, splitting the middle of the top half of this apart. So we want to have a row of grey concrete. We want to have 2 rows splitting this apart. It kind of looks like a pause button, actually, like that. We then want to place a row of grey concrete, completely splitting the front of this house in half. So in front of the block of quartz and the row of grey concrete, you want to split it in half like this with 2 rows of grey concrete. Easy. We now want to place some quartz slabs. So the point of this quartz slabs is to create a nice little bit of an effect. So we're going to start on the very bottom right hand side here in front of the spruce wood, and we're going to place a row of quartz slabs that comes from the right hand side, and it's going to poke out of the left hand side like this. Then we're going to leave half a row alone, and we're going to place 3 rows of quartz slabs. So you want this effect, right? So 1, 2, 3. Then the next row above this, we're just going to have 2 slabs, and then 1. So all we're doing here, this serves no practical purpose. We're just creating a bit of a pattern, and we want the same pattern all the way up at the top, except this time starting from the top left hand side. So we're going to place a row of quartz slabs coming through here like this, and then we're going to have 3 rows. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to have 2, 1. So this isn't even really required, or you could completely fill the entire thing in using your quartz slabs. I kind of like this effect. It looks very modern. It looks nice. What more do I have to say? Anyway, what are we doing next? So what we want to do here is we want to take the ninth quartz block that we placed earlier that has grey concrete on top of it, we want to place a row of 3 stone brick slabs in front of the upper half of this quartz block. We want to place 1, 2, 3 stone brick slabs. We want to place a grey concrete and we want to connect it down to the ground. This will become very relevant later on. Come to the side of the build, specifically the left-hand side. You want to take the very top of your grey concrete and the very top of your quartz, and you want to extend them backwards like this. You want to place 16 grey concrete coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we want to do the same with the quartz, the top quartz. Actually, all of them. To be honest, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can connect your grey concrete down to the row of quartz. We're going to also connect the quartz down to the ground, like this, and we're going to fill in the quartz area using quartz. However, the above area, the area that has the grey concrete, we are going to fill that in very similar as to how we filled it in on the front of the house. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So once the quartz has been filled in like this, we're going to use our spruce planks now, and we're going to create an area very much how we did on the front of the house, and it's just going to be completely filled in with spruce planks. Now, I didn't plan any detail for the left-hand side of the house, but a very valid option if you do want to add details is to add effects very similar to what you did to the front of the house. So if you wanted to add some windows, you could. If you wanted to add some rows of grey concrete that go from the top to the bottom, or perhaps even left to right because it is going long ways, then you could. If you wanted to add the quartz accents, you could. You guys get the idea. If you want to add additional detail, you can, and we may even look into this as the build progresses. But for now, we're just going to have this very solid wall that looks exactly like this. Now, once you've got that sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come to the back of the house. Now, we're going to come to the back of the house. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the front left-hand corner of the top of the grey concrete, so this, and we're going to extend this backwards. Because we want to extend this backwards and we want to connect it to the row of 16 that we placed earlier. So extend that back by 16. You don't have to count it, and connect it to here. You also want to extend this down as far as you did the previous row of grey concrete, so this one here on the right, and you do also want to connect it down to the ground using your block of quartz, like this. So this is what we're sort of looking at right now, yeah? We want to place 2 rows of grey concrete connecting the top middle part of the back of the house to the ground floor. So we want to place 2 rows of grey concrete coming all the way up from the top middle part of the house like this, splitting everything in half to the ground floor. We want to place a row of block of quartz that clearly separates the half of the house. So we want to clearly place a row of block of quartz that separates everything like this. What we're also going to do is we are going to devise where the entrances are. So on the back of the house here, the entrances are designed to be here and here. It's supposed to be 2 double doors. So we want to have this effect. So that means that all of the other space on the back of the house can be filled in, pretty much just be completely filled in using block of quartz like this. So we can just fill it all in. If you want, you can add additional detail in the form of windows. So for instance, you can place some black glass perhaps above the doors. We're going to also place some grey concrete left and right of the doors as high as the glass like this. And we're going to connect them together using spruce wood slabs in a fashion such as that. Once again, if you want to add additional details, it's very simple. You could simply add maybe a couple more rows of grey concrete coming up to the top of the house if you wanted to add additional details, and nobody's saying that you have to. And you could perhaps connect those together in a similar manner as you did down below. That's an additional detail that didn't appear on the front of the like the start of the video. So that's just a very small detail that you may or may not want to add. It's completely dependent upon you. So what we're also going to do is we are going to place rows of spruce wood planks inside here. So the left-hand side of the house, we're going to fill it in the similar fashion that we filled in at the front of the house and the side of the house. We're going to fill it in using spruce wood planks. It has to be filled in because this left-hand side of the house is actually a bit bigger than the right-hand side of the house. So it's very important that we fill this in, otherwise we will end up with holes in the house, which is never good, because you guys don't want creepy crawlies and creepy creepers coming in, do you? So obviously we want this all filled in, and it stops any sort of, rain, birds, ghasts, that sort of stuff coming in. Incidentally, we want the same thing on the back. So on the back, we are also going to fill this in using the spruce wood, like this. And I'm thinking that maybe on the back, we could even have like a bit of a pattern using our quartz slabs again. So I kind of like this. But, I mean, if you wanted to, for instance, like, you could add in some rows of, perhaps, quartz slabs if you wanted to create a little bit of a pattern. So maybe something like this at the bottom. That kind of looks like eyes, actually. I'm not sure I like it. Maybe you could even add in something like this. I don't know, maybe, I mean, it looks kind of cool. It looks very modern, I can tell you that. It kind of looks like two sets of eyes, though. I don't know, I like that. That looks kind of cool. Maybe you want to add that, maybe you don't. These are all options, guys. You don't have to do this, but you might want to. Let's make the rest of the house. So, coming down to the very back left-hand side of the house, we have this row of block of quartz. Well, this row of block of quartz, we're going to connect to the front of the house. So we're going to connect this to the front of the house, okay? And we're gonna form a solid wall. I actually did this in the original. So in the original version of this, I didn't show you the inside because it isn't furnished, but I did put a solid wall in, and I also added an entrance and a window to the interior of the house. You won't have seen any of this because I haven't shown you the inside, but that's what I did, and it's just easier if we do completely fill that in with quartz. But what we want to do is this. We want to take, starting from the back, we want to take the fourth row of quartz. So say this is the first, second, third, fourth. We want to take the fourth row of quartz and we want to extend it to the left from the bottom by 13. So that's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to extend that 13th block up by 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to extend it to the right. Going to take it all the way to the right, and you know what we're going to try is we're going to try connecting it to the wall. So we're going to extend it to the right and we're going to connect it to the wall. In the original, it doesn't connect to the wall. There's like a gap in the house, but I'm going to try this because I think that it might look a bit cleaner if we do it this way. It also might not, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. It's only 3 blocks, but we're filling this in with block of quartz. And once again, if you want to add additional detail, I like to leave some parts of the house without any windows because it's easier to form the interior. You may want to add more, up to you. Anyway, what we're also going to do, by the way, is we're going to add a row of spruce wood planks on top of this. Like this, we're going to add a row of spruce wood planks on top of this. This will become pertinent later. We're going to come to the left-hand side of what we've made, and we are going to take this row of block of quartz and we're going to extend it inwards by 3 rows. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to extend it outwards towards us by 2. 1, 2. And we're going to make every single one of these rows as high as the other rows. So as high as the back of the house goes, we want to add up all of this. And you can even proceed to place spruce wood planks on top, like this. We're going to extend this outward row of block of quartz. We're going to extend it to the left by 6. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming towards the front of the house. And we're going to extend this 6th block upwards as high as the rest of the house. And we're also going to place spruce wood planks on top of it as well. This one is a bit different because we're going to add a window. So we're going to add a row of block of quartz coming up the left-hand side and the right-hand side, top to bottom. We're going to place spruce wood stairs at the very bottom empty space here with 2 rows of glass directly on top of the stairs. That's 1 row of stairs and then 2. We're going to place upside down spruce wood stairs above the glass. We're then going to completely fill in above this using block of quartz. Like so. So completely fill that in using block of quartz. We're going to place 2 rows of grey concrete left and right of the window, coming up as high as 1 block above the window, like this. It creates a very nice effect, a very nice frame, and an additional way to customize it ever so slightly is to place quartz slab above and below the window. Not necessary, you might like it, others might not. Let's take this row of block of quartz. Remember the row of 6 that we made earlier. We have to extend this inwards. So we're going to bring this inwards inside the house by 2 rows. 1, 2. We're going to take that second block and extend it forwards by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That 7th block will be extended up as high as the previous rows of block of quartz, and we want to place these spruce wood planks on top, and these spruce wood planks want to follow the same trajectory as the quartz did, like this, forming a solid wall. Add in a row of block of quartz to the right of the row of block of quartz that you placed at the front of the build. We want to take the bottom of this block of quartz that we just placed, and we want to place 3 upside down spruce wood stairs going right. 1, 2, 3. Place a row of block of quartz connecting from the bottom of the house to the top of the house next to it. You can also fill in all of the other rows of block of quartz just to the right of this, and that will create a solid wall, like that. What we're now going to do is place 2 rows of glass on top of these stairs. That's 1 and 2. And we're going to place upside down spruce wood stairs above the glass. We're going to place, I think for the, yeah, but you know what? You can either use spruce wood planks, or I'm once again going to use grey concrete because it contrasts nicely the same way we did here. And what I'm going to do, as a matter of fact, is I'm going to place some spruce wood slabs in the same position as I did just behind us, and I'm going to fill in these rows just above the window using the block of quartz as per usual. But I really like how those windows look. They look very modern. They're I don't know, I like them as a nice feature. Do that or don't, up to you. Anyway, once you've got that sorted out, what we're going to do is we're going to, in front of this row of block of quartz, we're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to place a row of 6 grey concrete coming up from the bottom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to place ourselves 4 block of quartz on top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. With a spruce wood plank on top of this, and we're going to face forward like this, right? So as if we're looking from the front of the house to the back of the house. And what we're going to do right here is we are going to take the very bottom row of grey concrete, and we're going to extend it to the left by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're then going to place a grey concrete, and then we're going to place a row of block of quartz coming backwards to connect back to the front of the house like this. So that is what we are looking for. We can take that grey concrete and we can extend it up by, I do believe that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can then place 4 block of quartz on top. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then chuck a spruce wood plank on top of that and connect that to the right. You can also take that spruce wood plank and you can extend it backwards here, and you can even like connect it to the middle part of the house. And we can also add in a solid wall using block of quartz coming backwards, and you can just add in a solid wall until you've just filled in all of the space. Like just until you've created a nice solid wall, you can place all of the block of quartz rows coming back like this. So far, this is what we're looking for, right? This is what we have at the front of the house. We have to add details in here though. So we're going to add a row of block of quartz inside the very left-hand side of the front of the house and inside the front right-hand side, coming from top to bottom. We're going to place a row of block of quartz that comes across the top, underneath the spruce wood planks. And we're going to start from the bottom now. We're going to take the very bottom row of the block of quartz here, and we're going to go from left to right, and we're going to place 2 upside down spruce wood stairs, 1, 2, a block of quartz, spruce planks, leave a gap, spruce planks, block of quartz, 2 upside down spruce wood stairs. And we're going to place 2 glass on top of those stairs, 1 and 2, and the same on the opposite side as well, 1, and that's going to be 2. We're going to make the spruce wood planks. We're going to add rows of 3 on top. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to add 2 black glass in between the top 2, like that. We're going to place quartz slab at the very top in front of the glass and spruce wood planks, and we're going to leave half a row's gap and place the same here. And we're going to place upside down spruce wood stairs above the glass on the left and right, and we're going to place block of quartz in between the door and the windows like this, with a row of block of quartz above the door and the windows. We're going to also fill in the area above here. So this rectangular shaped area, starting from the left going right, we want to place a spruce wood plank, leave a gap, spruce wood plank, leave 3 gaps, 1, 2, 3, spruce wood plank, gap, spruce wood plank. Extend the planks upwards connecting to the top of the house. You want to place glass inside of these smaller places. Once again, the 2 rows of spruce wood that look like pause buttons, you want to place glass in here. And also place glass block connecting the tops of those together. At the top, inside, left to right, like that. Let's make the roof nicer. We're going to use spruce wood slabs to place a row of spruce wood slab in front of the lower half of spruce wood planks that goes all the way around the top of the house. We want to place some spruce wood slab that goes in front of the lower half of spruce wood planks that goes in front of the top of the house. You guys can see what I'm doing here. For some reason, it sounds weird in my head as I explain that, but you want to have this effect. But then what we want is we want to place a row of grey concrete that is half a row above the spruce slabs. So you should be able to just place it directly on top of the slabs. If you place grey concrete on top of it, it will leave half a row's gap like this. And you just want to connect the front of the house to the back of the house like that. We're going to also place, so what this is, it is half a row above and outside of the grey concrete, we're going to place a row of quartz slab that goes all the way around the top of the roof. So all the way around the top, we're going to half a row above, and outside of the grey concrete, we're going to add this finishing touch to the roof. It looks really great. The roof actually looks really nice, and it goes very well with the build. So we're going to actually have something which should look like that. That's looking very nice indeed. All we'll have to do later is fill the top of the roof in, but I'm going to do that at a separate point in time. Nah, let's do it now. Okay, so the roof of the house, right? You guys know where the roof is. It's obvious. It's where the spruce wood planks are. I'm going to completely fill it in using glass block. If you don't like glass as a roofing option, I do. I like glass very much as a roofing option because it saves the need for torches and lights and blah blah blah. That's why I like the glass. It's completely up to you whether you want to add glass or whether you want to have a solid roof in place. I prefer glass. Like I said, it's see-through. It stops the need for torches on the inside most of the time, unless you've got a very secluded part of the house. But this house, I mean, the ground floor would still need torches, assuming that you're going to make this a 2-story house, which I would, by the way. I'd have the right-hand side of the house, I would, like this part that we're filling in, I'd have 2 stories here, but I wouldn't bother to have multiple stories on the opposite side. I'd kind of have that as like a nice, large lounging area, but that's kind of what I like this. And if we come to this big part here, I'm going to connect the spruce wood planks like this. I might even connect them down as well to form like a solid shape, fill in all of these gaps using the spruce wood planks. And I'm just going to also fill the very top of this in using the glass as well. So I'm just going to completely fill this in using the black glass, and then that will be that. And once this is done, we'll add some finishing touches to the house. There are some finishing touches to add, mind you. There are a couple of things that we can do to make this house just look a little bit more spectacular. So there, the roofs filled in. You can see them. They actually look quite nice as glass. And once that has been done, we can move on to the next bit. So the next bit, this house has a porch out in front of the house. So we want to take the very bottom of the front of the house. We want to take each grey concrete at the front bottom of the house, and we want to place 3 blocks of quartz in front of the concrete. That's 1, 2, 3. And we want to do the same on the front right. That's 1, 2, 3. And we're then going to place a grey concrete in front of the quartz, and we're going to connect those grey concretes together left to right like this. So left to right, we're going to place that. We're going to extend the grey concretes upwards, each by, I do want to get this right, I believe it's by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. And we're also going to do, I hope it's not 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that as well. And what we then want to do, it is 5. You want to add an additional one on top. I'm very sorry. It wants to be as high as the grey concrete that you have for the rest of the house. And what we want to do is we want to place a block of quartz on top of each 5th grey concrete. We want to connect that quartz to the house. We also want to connect them to each other. And we want to raise up each one of those initial blocks of quartz like this. And we want to place spruce fence in between the quartz. So we want to place spruce fence in between the quartz like this. So we're creating a nice cool balcony area, and we're going to fill in the top of the balcony. We're actually going to fill this in using some stone brick slabs like this. We're going to completely fill the top of this in using some stone brick slabs like this, and it is literally like, you'll be able to see where the balcony is supposed to be. It is like right here, like as you would walk out from the entrance onto the balcony. We're just going to use slabs for that though, like I said. We're going to extend those slabs outwards, and we want to extend these slabs outwards like this, and we want to place a row of stone slabs that kind of goes all the way around the outside of the top of the build. So we will kind of want to extend them all the way around the top of the outside of the build like this, and we also want to connect them to the actual house as well. So wherever that might be, you might have to connect it to a window on the right hand side, and you might have to connect it to the actual front of the house on the left hand side like that, and it will create a nice effect. I'm sick of saying that, but you guys get the idea. It creates a very nice effect. And what we then want to do is we want to fill the bottom of this in using block of quartz, because this is a porch area. This is meant to be used like this. We're going to fill this in using block of quartz. We're also going to figure out where the entrance is. So we want to be able to walk up and into the house. So we're going to place a row of stone brick slabs that is 5 blocks of width. It's 5 blocks of width. And that means that we're going to place a block of quartz here and here, and that leaves us enough room to walk from the street or whatever to the front of the house. It is as wide as the entrance is, if that makes sense. And what we also want to do is we want to take those blocks of quartz and we want to place rows of stone brick slabs that connects the block of quartz to the grey concrete, and then the grey concrete to the grey concrete of the house. So we want to have something which should look like this. We're then going to place quartz slabs we're going to place quartz slabs on top of the quartz blocks where the entrance is. We're going to extend those quartz slabs forwards by 1 row, and then these are going to wrap around the side of the house. They are going to come as far as the grey concrete on the front of the house. So we're going to extend them round and back to the grey concrete on the front of the house like this, and this creates like really cool unique banisters for the house. And we're also going to add a dark oak wood door just to show you where this is going to be on the front of the house, and as you can see, this is shaping up very, very nicely. I really love how this house looks. It looks great. Now what are we going to do? So on the left here, when we placed, this was a while ago, you remember us placing this row of grey concrete? Connect this to the right using these stone brick slabs, like this, and fill the center of this in using stone brick slabs. So completely fill the top of this in using stone brick slabs like this. And if you like, you can kind of like even place like a quartz slab on the corner like that, just to kind of like fill in the empty space. And that, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it's been a pretty long build. That is the house complete. It's a really unique house, I think. I think it looks fantastic. I'm hoping that you guys do as well. And that is about as much detail as I want to add to it. You can add more, you can add less. Very, very versatile. You can do as you like. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really, 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 really appreciate that. I honestly would. If you guys like the video, please do hit that like. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see some more videos like this. If you enjoy the content, click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all of my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And of course, comment down below, let me know what you want to see next. If you have stuff that you want to see, leave a comment, let me know. And on top of all of that, if you want to see more stuff by me, check out the card system in the description below. You can see a variety of houses around us right now that you guys could make if you wanted to. On both the card system in the description below, you'll be able to make all sorts of stuff. Cartoon, modern, suburban, survival, like ridiculous stuff, like stuff made out of Minecraft items. You guys will check it out in the card system in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. I hope you enjoy the house, and I'll see you in the next video.